Hi, I'm Kevin from Power Plus. I wanted to talk to you guys today, and our topic of the day is don't F with it. And you all know what that means. I wanted to talk about equipment and sometimes chemistry, where cleaners get themselves in a lot of trouble when they mess with stuff. And so it mainly concerns equipment. So to protect you guys and to protect the value of your truck mounts, it's a really good idea not to mess with stuff. In our shop, we see stuff constantly that has had catastrophic failures and damage caused by people who have messed with something. Or they've either re-engineered it, redesigned it, or decided to do a workaround rather than to try to maybe engage somebody like us in the problem. So if you have a problem with the truck mount or a piece of equipment, or you don't like something, let us know. And we have a wealth of information. Plus we work with like 100,000 companies across the US. And that gives us the opportunity to tell you what other people have done that was successful and didn't cause a problem later on down the road. But we love to be pirates or cowboys, if you will, and just come up with some great idea that we pat ourselves on the back for. And then 3 weeks later, our engine blows up and we're wondering where we're going to come up with the $7,000 to fix that mess, or whatever it costs. And so we encourage you guys to rely on us for that. And, because we're experts at it. And we're here to help you guys. And we'll give you free advice. And I would take advantage of it. Common things that people do that cause big problems is they don't like the noise of their truck mount, so they'll close the doors. Guaranteed way to damage every single plastic part on your machine, as well as every rubber component. So you're going to reduce its life at minimum, if not cause an immediate problem, as well as immediately damage air-cooled engines. And even your water-cooled engines, you're going to overheat them. Because even though they're called water-cooled, it still transfers that heat to the air. So closing doors, really bad idea. Changing to non-factory parts. So people underestimate how much money, time, and the expertise of the engineers that design a machine. So there are backyard builders, and they build whatever, and I'm not even going to go there. And there are professional companies that build equipment like Prochem, Hydromaster, White Magic, Power Plus, Tsunami. There's a lot of great companies that do great work. And most of them employ engineers, and they put a lot of deliberate thought into how they build stuff. And they have different theologies, and they don't share that information with you guys, so you don't know why they chose a particular part, or why they wired something the way they did, or why they have a safety kill on it that you don't like. But the engineers know why it's there. And so when you change those types of things, you're inviting chaos into your life. So real common one we see is people bypass safety kills, and they don't realize that means that their heat exchangers are going to blow up, or they're going to suck water through their waste tanks and their blowers, and damage their blowers and their heat exchangers and their silencers. So there are important reasons for all these things. I just had a customer take his waste tank filter off because it was dirty, and he's like, oh, I'll clean it later, and he lost it in his messy van. And 3 weeks later, he came in here and he's like, we don't have any vacuum. And I looked at his machine, and he's been running it for 3 weeks with no filter in the tank. Well, all the fuzz and hair sits on top of the foam as it comes up in his waste tank, and it all got sucked through his blower. And it managed not to seize his blower, but then it went downstream and got plugged up his heat exchanger. So that particular machine has the heat exchanger into the frame. So we have to take his machine out, remove his blower and his engine, turn his machine upside down, and tear out his heat exchangers and rebuild them, put them back together, turn the machine back up, reinstall and realign the motor, pump, and blower. It's going to be a massive repair job. It's going to take 3 days, probably 2-3 days, and all because somebody decided to unscrew a filter and deal with it later. So all these little things, they're super important. They're there for a reason. Manufacturers don't spend good time and money and energy putting them on there. And so it's a really good idea to have a healthy respect for why they're there. So don't F with it. So that's the topic. The topic of the day is don't F with it. And I would say that about chemistry too. And I want to touch on that. I get a lot of guys that come in here and they'll be like, oh, I turned a white couch orange. And I'm like, how'd you do that? And they're like, well, I was mixing these chemicals, and I put, my brown out. I thought I'd put brown out with my Ultra Pack and clean a Haitian cotton couch to get the best of both worlds. And I'm like, chemistry doesn't work like that, you know, and they're not compatible products. And so manufacturers figure out best cleaning methods, and they tell you a recommended path. I'm a big proponent, whether I like the companies or not, or no matter what I think, that you stick within the design parameters in the family of a product line. So I'll pick on Prochem. They make some great stuff. They have an olefin pre-cleaner, which is God's gift to anybody that cleans olefin. It's a fantastic product. And they have a fiber rinse that you're designed to use with it. Don't use someone else's fiber rinse because it's $1 cheaper or $2 cheaper. Those products have a synergy that are designed to work together. So stick within the Prochem family and use those products. So that's just an example of how you don't mix things. So a lot of weird stuff happens when you mix chemistry. So you can call us if you got a wild idea, give us a buzz. And we'll tell you what other people's experience has been with that. And so again, don't F with it. So we strongly recommend you follow directions. The other thing people do is they'll think, oh, this carpet's really dirty, so I'm going to mix my product twice as strong as it says. Well, if you're buying a consumer product, you can do that. It makes sense. They're actually made so that a child can drink it and not die. And so when you use those products, you can increase their strength. But professional cleaning products that are sold to the professional-only industry, the manufacturers have already figured out a maximum strength, and they'll tell you that on the label. And you can go a little bit over that sometimes, but you start doubling those, you'll actually clean worse, not better. So you will see no improvement. In fact, you'll usually see decreased improvement or results as a result of that. So we're strongly against changing those formulations. So again, don't F with it. That was our topic of the day. We hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend about us so you can help them and it helps us. So I hope you have a great day.